Guys, if you follow the channel, you know I've been on Lake Ouachita a lot lately. I've grown up fishing this lake, and now that I've moved recently right back to it, been on the lake a lot. We have the Bassmaster Open coming to Lake Ouachita, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of an analysis, a little bit of a breakdown to how this tournament is going to be won by these great anglers that is coming to visit beautiful hot springs and to visit Lake Ouachita. In the video, we're going to talk about the techniques, the areas, the conditions, live scope, no live scope. Going to show some fishing footage from recent trips for you as well. Guys, let's go get this video started. Okay guys, so really fast, a little bit about Ouachita. It is, I believe, 44,000 square acres like of water, right? 44,000 acres, which you hear that, you don't think that's a big size water, but there are other like the Tennessee River, Sam Rayburn, and all those lakes are bigger. The thing that's interesting about this place, though, that's the one factor right away, is its miles of shoreline. I don't know approximately how many islands there are. Top of my head, I think I've heard maybe, I don't know, I can Google it right now. I know it has over 690 miles of shoreline, but I think I've even heard that it has up to 200 islands, maybe, top of my head. And so you see, there's so much water, okay, to cover. It is hard. Now, these guys get 5 days of practice. That's one factor. Let's say they got 2 days of practice. It would take minimum 20 pounds a day to be top 3, I think, how the lake's fishing right now. With the 5 days of practice, it still can, but those guys can go beat on the fish, throw at the fish. If those dudes just went out there and didn't throw a lure for 5 days, it still would. But I know how the fish are kind of transitioning right now because of our recent warm weather. I think some of the fish are going to get used and conditioned to all the boats being out there and the pressure. Now, there can be a hidey hole found here. I'm telling you guys. And one thing, just to throw it out there as I do this, I'm excited to see how some of these anglers come here and bring their techniques and their strengths and break this lake apart. Some like simple, some stuff that's going to be a factor. A lipless crankbait right now is going to be a factor. A crankbait's going to be a factor. Your swim bait game. Of course, the Demiki rig game is too. But like, the grass, there's grass in this lake, and it's thriving right now. It's coming back, and there are fish in the grass right now. Fish in the grass. I just got back out there from yesterday. I caught them in the grass. Guys, if you give somebody 5 days on this lake, and they know how to fish grass, they're going to find them. I'm telling you. So that's one exciting thing about this right now. One thing it is, I'm trying to see if I can find info. 200 islands. 200 islands on this lake. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, one big factor right away. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring up this right here so y'all can see the Navionics map. The conditions, all right? Looking at the deep dive water clarity map, that west end of the lake where the 3 rivers come in, it is stained to mud right now. Now, guys, there are fish getting caught in that stained to mud, okay? And the lower end's still clean. The lower end's deep. Guys, in this lake, you have rock, standing timber, submerged grass, I've already talked about it, brush piles, docks, so many pieces of cover. Your structures for the lake are endless. Points, rounded points, flat points, flats, humps, channel bends, on and on structure. This river end, though, okay, last year in the BFL was won in the river end. That's one-day tournament, okay? One-day tournament. So, and there are times when them grass fish guys don't want to bite. That's the big thing with this. There are times that grass fish do not want to bite. So this river end, okay, your crankbaits, bladed jigs going to be a factor. Your jigs, Texas rigs. There could be a chance you could for sure catch 15 pounds a day. And I'm not saying you can't catch 20. It's going to be harder, but maybe that stained to mud pushed some fish up. I'm just curious how many people are going to go after this. But when they find this grass down here and know what can happen and they've heard, what can, there's that. So looking at the lake, back to the lake. So like I said, and guys, the lake right now, also with conditions, depending on the weather, I think we're gonna have some warm days. We've had a bunch of warm days already. And one thing about it too with the warm days is, guys, them fish have moved up shallow. I've been out there a lot, and they're still fish deep. I caught fish yesterday, my boat in 105 foot. I caught fish 40 foot off the bottom too. But there's a lot of fish that moved up in that grass. And that's why I'm thinking with these more warm days, somebody is going to find them, okay? So this in the lake fishes more like a river, okay? Now this part here where the 3 rivers meet, okay, there's kind of a little, been some good stuff right there, okay? You have these creeks on the south end, okay? This is where the grass is starting to show back up, is this mid-lake area, okay? This creek here, a lot of tournaments are fished out of there, so there's a lot of fish that are just there. The guys are going out of Brady, which is right here. A lot of tournaments going out of there too, okay? So, on techniques, all right, because I know I need to talk about the techniques, okay? The scope, we can't run away from it. I'm not getting into controversy. It's going to be a factor here. If it was colder, it'd be more of a factor, though. Because sometimes with them grass fish, you need to stay far away. You can see them up there, as I did yesterday. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of little clips. I'm seeing them, but they weren't wanting to eat because you sometimes get too close. It's clean water. Wind's another prop factor. We're going to talk about the wind here in a second, too. So a lot of the fish I was finding in the grass, no wind. And they're hard to catch. It's also a timing deal. Timing. Them suspended fish are a lot easier to catch. Got him. Another one, guys. That was cool. Y'all got to see that one. How that fish just came up there. And that's another spotted bass there, guys. He just came up there and attacked it. Good spot. Now I'm on a main lake point now, guys. The thing that's different here, while that fish might have came and attacked it more, it's a big old spot. Pretty sweet fish catch. I'm gonna let him go real quick, guys. One thing that was pretty neat about this one, why I kind of came here, let me tell you why I came here. Y'all see the wind. We have a southeast wind today and it's been blowing for 2 days. I'm gonna show y'all the water clarity map on Deep Dive right now. So I'm gonna drop right on this fish too. So that fish might have came that quick due to, he's gone under the boat, due to the wind. So that was pretty cool there, guys, with this clean water. Like you see, one of this right here is 4 feet plus visibility. That wind makes a difference. And y'all guys saw right there, that fish just come up there and smoke it, man. One way somebody can win is find a good group of spots, catch their limit, then go to the grass and try to catch 2 big fish, potentially, or a brush pile. But the blacks that are suspended in the trees, the blacks that are suspended around bait, they're not easy to catch like that, okay? Now, when I just showed y'all there, guys, I mean, it wasn't like I just dropped the trolling motor and saw a fish. I graphed around, and there was not even bait fish in the area. And then, I was trying to go up there on the point and catch a fish on a jig, and there they are out there, okay? So, But the live scope's going to be a factor. There's bait in this lake, but it's not like Texas lakes and where, like Toledo Bend where those guys were just out and there's bait everywhere. Here, if you find the bait, get ready. You might have found, anyway, like I said, there's bait in this lake, but it's not just you drop the boat. Yesterday, guys, I graphed for 4 hours, never saw a bait wad. Okay, just letting y'all know. I dropped a scope during that too. So that's just getting you guys a little insight. Now, with the grass though, okay, once again, I keep bringing up grass because I think someone's going to have a chance in the grass. So, live scope is going to be a player. Your Demiki rigging guys, using it, of course, to just being more efficiency of fishing these trees and fishing the brush piles. So, but can you win here without it? Yes, somebody can sneak in there. But it's hard today with these dudes coming here of winning without it. Okay, like I said last year, BFL won up here. Okay, there's been other tournaments won up there. Okay, I mean, once again. But guys, so wind's another factor. That's the thing with the grass. On these main lake areas where that grass is going to show up, wind always helps it. Yesterday there was very little wind. There was wind actually kind of for a little bit, then it kind of died, but that's what kind of got me. Now, guys, let's kind of go more in like these areas. So these creeks here are popular creeks, okay? I try to stay away. I fish in these creeks some. I spent a lot of time in cedar fish yesterday. I've had videos of me of cedar on the video where I caught fish in trees with the spoon. I try to stay away out of cedar though because these get more pressure, okay? They get more pressure because there's been tournaments won out of there. There's a bunch of fish, right? And there's a good, healthy grass population in these areas. Migo, guys, let's say Jimmy was fishing. And I'm not, right? Because I fished yesterday and I'm talking about it now. Anyway, if I was fishing, what I would do, okay? Now, I'm not saying this might be one or not, but what I would do with my knowledge, okay? I'm trying to think of the areas I would pick. I would, in my 5 days of looking at the lake, I would pick this area, okay? And then the Blakeleys. I love the Blakeleys, as people know. I love the Blakeleys with my knowledge and history, and also then this section of the lake. Be kind of my 3 areas to break down. And I would just say, everything else. If you gave me 5 days to look at these, it is. Now, guys, over here at the state park, though, I do like the state park, okay? And I think this could be the sleeper. This is where there are some big fish in this area. There's a lot of water over here, deep water. If the tournament could be won right there, okay? Now, down here in the lower area, dude, it'd be really cool to see someone catch them down here. I'm not going to lie. It'd be really cool, okay? But guys, as we're looking at the lake, as you see, I mean, we have a deep main channel, most of the lake, okay? A deep channel. Then you have these islands, right? These islands. And like I said, there's your points, your long flat points, your drains right here, okay? A lot of structures, guys. Then, look, humps. Now, these are some deeper humps. Now, one thing this doesn't show here, guys, is even if we go through here, there's timber all out here in spots. Some of this you got to be careful running, okay? With the lake being where it's at, you can't see the timber, right? So you really got to know. Yesterday, I was in this creek, idling around out here in the middle, clunk, hit a tree out here, okay? It says flooded timber, but timber's anywhere out there, and it's deep, okay? One area of the lake, I think this area here, specifically this one, you see these deeper drains. There's grass on these humps right now. If somebody can figure this area out, you can win. It's just, can you figure it out and then manage the fish? But this area for sure, guys, can be won there. It doesn't get as much pressure typically as this, and there's a lot of water. It don't look big, guys, but this is a bigger creek, and I'm just telling you, it can be won in here. Just for me, and even I like this creek. I filmed a video on that creek already, and I talked about it. You can go watch that video. I might put that down in the description. The dam area, be cool to see someone go down there and find some fish and scope them out. I don't care. I like to watch it, okay? And then, guys, I know we talked about these 2 popular creeks. As you see, I mean, just look. Like you see these high spots, though, guys, there's trees there. Just throwing it out there. There's trees. You got grass on some of these spots, okay? The baits, I've already mentioned that lipless crankbait. Someone's going to catch them with the trap, okay? 1/2 ounce, 3/4, even an ounce. Someone's going to figure that out. A jig, swim jig, football jig. And you say swim jig, what do you mean? Someone's going to swim that jig in the grass and catch fish, okay? And then swim baits are going to be a deal. That Damiki rig and that whole thing, I've already said, someone's going to find some bait and do that, okay? Someone's going to find some bait. And that would be probably, as I might have mentioned it earlier, I would probably, like me, if I was doing it, I would try to Damiki rig my limit, then go fish grass to try to catch 2 to 3 bigs. That's just me, okay? This area, the Buckville area, guys, has been known for some big bags and big fish. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't like the Buckville area because the Buckville area has beat me more than I have beat it. I had one really good day in the Buckville area, right? Caught him in the grass, trap, jig. No, actually, no trap. It was straight jig, okay? I've gone there and tried to throw the trap. But besides that, I think Buckville's like 7, Jimmy's like 1, okay? I just don't even want to go back, all right? Just kidding. I might go back there one day. And then like this area, this river area, guys, there's been some good fish. Up in this area is where, when I fished as a co-angler in the weekend series, I got 2nd in, okay? Long time ago, 2010. 9, 8, I don't even know. And then I already mentioned the river, guys, the river section. You see, it's still deep. There are trees in areas. It's kind of not safe to run. The lake level it's at is probably more safe than what it was. But, once you kind of get up here, you kind of got to watch it. But this area is just not as known of many 20-pound bags. It can happen, though. Like, I think it can. I think they're in there. We just got to find them. That's always my deal. I don't know why smaller fish are up here and then down here are bigger fish. Well, I mean, I know why. But anyway, it just happens. It's just more water, harder to find them, harder to target them than up there. There's less water. It's stained. One old popular area was this all out here. As you see, guys, look at these drains. But, dude, they're deep. It's not like Texas where they're like 30, 40-foot drains. I mean, dude, look, this is a 100-foot drain, and all of a sudden it comes up here, and it's 30, and there might be some grass out there, and so it's just different. Totally, totally different. And then I mentioned the rock. All this has rock, guys. Like, if we go here, I mean, you can probably look. Let's see. I mean, there's rock. Beautiful rock, too. The lake is very... there we go. Very, very beautiful. But yeah, all that's rock. That's all rock. Okay, you see there's a good picture of that rock. So there's just so many factors with it, guys. So with this lake, I'm excited about the tournament. I think I went everywhere in this type of video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm curious to see. Hopefully, I wonder if my guess is going to be right. I think 20 pounds a day is going to win. I do. I think you need 20 a day to win. But with the pressure, that could be down, of course. It can be. Going to be some locals in the tournament too, big-time locals. I'm excited to see how they do. And now being a local in this is not easy because you have history. Now you get 5 days of practice. But guess what? Those other anglers get 5 days of practice, and they're going to find them. I was going to say it. They're going to find them, okay? So I'm excited about it, ready to learn something, as I always do. Hope you guys enjoy this type of video. If you do, I just know this lake a little bit more than where the other tournaments are. So I just wanted to do a little tournament video, kind of give you guys some recaps, and show you some clips along the way.